Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you to the Mango Grove on this beautiful Friday, ending off the week with some technical analysis on Chainlink and Bitcoin. In yesterday's video, we did cover Chainlink on the higher time frame, so if you are interested in a more in-depth analysis of Chainlink on the Bitcoin pairing as well as the USD pairing, please go ahead and check out yesterday's video. In today's video, we're just going to be doing a quick update, a quick follow-up, and looking at the lower time frames over here going into the weekend. What is Chainlink telling us? What signs is LinkedIn giving us? And right over here, it does look like consolidation, right? But is this bullish or is this bearish? Well, you could honestly make an argument for both cases. So one could say, hey, we have a descending trend line over here, and this is a horizontal, right? So this could be putting in, well, it's not in yet, but it could be putting in a descending triangle that would be breaking towards the downside. We do have, you could consider this one touch, two touch, three touches. So yeah, you could make an argument for that. But the psychology of what is going on over here does line up with a symmetrical triangle. We do have, if you're using the wicks, right? And again, you have high lows and lower highs, right? So this is more of an indecision, or rather the market trying to come up with a decision as to which direction it wants to break. And on the higher time frames, Chainlink on the Bitcoin pairing as well as the USD pairing is in a strong uptrend. So I lean bullish in these scenarios. So if I had to place a probability on which side this is probable to break, to the upside or downside, I would say upside, right? The thing is though, I want to reiterate, like I have multiple times in the past, that just because the probability lies towards the upside, it doesn't mean that it has to break towards the upside, right? Similarly with the bearish formations like a descending triangle, just because it is a bearish formation doesn't mean it needs to break towards the downside. It could very well break towards the upside as well. In fact, I've played many of these bearish formations, right? People call them bearish formations at the very least, towards the upside in this bull market, because the macro trend, right? All the coins, pretty much all the markets have been breaking towards the upside, right? They've been in an uptrend. So if I see a consolidation, and firstly, the macro market is bullish, and two, we even have an uptrend within the asset on the higher time frames, I'm going to play that towards the upside, okay? Period. Now, it depends on how you guys like to play your strategies. I'm just giving you guys my view on things. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. You guys need to have your own risk management, and hey, it's always best to learn how to trade, always best to learn how to read the charts so that you can come up with your own thesis on what you want to do, okay? So that way it fits more of your profile. So that being said, we could break this in either direction. If we do break this towards the downside, we could look for a move down to around 90,000 Satoshi, right? Somewhere around this horizontal over here. So I do like that. It does line up with, yeah, actually it lines up really well with the zone over here. You can go ahead and just mark that really quickly for you guys. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's pretty much lining up with a break towards this downside over here. Now, this is what's really interesting with Chainlink at the moment. People have been telling me that there is a smart conference or something, smart coin, something like that coming up this weekend. I'm not keeping up with that, but it's supposed to have some bullish news. And the question I ask is that if it does have bullish news coming up, shouldn't that be reflecting in the price already? Shouldn't people be trying to at least front run the bullish news? Maybe we'll see it soon, in the next couple of 4-hour candles, because hey, this could break towards the upside, and if this does break towards the upside, we could be looking towards testing the highs again on the Bitcoin pairing, right? So let's see. Again, I'm playing this on the much higher time frames. I'm playing this on the weekly time frame. So if Chainlink rather does want to break down over here, I'll be looking to be a buyer in the zone over here, probably. Again, haven't put too much thought into it, but it would be tempting. I'd also like to see what Link USD is doing, and Link USD, again, same story, right? We do have our descending trend line, but we also have our ascending trend line, but we also could be using this horizontal over here to say, hey, this is a descending triangle in its whole, right? We could say, hey, this is my descending triangle, and I think this is breaking down. We have bear flag continuation, blah blah blah. Again, to each his own. The way you look at this is in part being a trader, right? If you have a bullish bias, you'd be looking for this to break towards the upside. I do have a bullish bias, but if this does break towards the downside, it doesn't break anything for me. I'm playing Chainlink again on the higher time frames. Like we talked about in yesterday's video, the $6 to $8 region would be a great buy opportunity if Chainlink does come down over there, because we are playing this for a cycle play, right? Looking for much bigger win on Chainlink. If you're looking to trade every couple of dollars up and down and up, you could do it. You could do it if you want to have fun with it, but I wouldn't be doing it with my entire stash, right? That's how you end up missing the big move, right? You miss the big move all the way from around 350 all the way to 20 to 13. Like, this range is... it's a little bit indecisive, yes. If we break down, it's going to give us a good buy option. We break up, hey, trend continuation. Not much to be said over there. What else do I want to talk about? Let's go ahead and delete this. We can go ahead and look at the mango ribbon really quickly on this. What's going on over here? Squeezing between the entire juncture. We have the 10 SMA, the 21 EMA, and the Tenkin, as well as the Kijun coming down at it now. A break towards the upside over here is going to be really interesting. Similarly with Chainlink BTC, right? Where do I look for upside? Let's go ahead and talk about upside targets now on Chainlink BTC, and then we'll talk about upside targets on Chainlink USD. Well, if we first big win for Chainlink BTC would be taking out this region over here. Wick above 135,673, so 135,000 Satoshi would be really nice. Then though, the big candle close I'd be looking for is above 138. So a candle close above 140,000 Satoshi, right, to round it off, to make it simple for you guys, would have me looking for a move all the way to this zone over here at 158,000 Satoshi, right? So again, a candle close above 140,000 Satoshi would have me looking for a move to 158,000 Satoshi, and then eventually, right, we may see a little stop over here, some resistance, a pullback. Eventually, I'd be looking for Chainlink to test the Bitcoin highs at around 170,000 Satoshi. Now, we're going to go ahead and apply the same thing to the USD pairing. We're looking at Link USD on the 4 hour as well. And again, a very similar structure. The symmetrical triangle, that could be argued to be a descending triangle as well. If then this, that. If we break this horizontal towards the downside, I'd be looking for a move all the way down to, hey, first around $12.50, and then eventually probably stop at $10. Psychological resistance, support, bounce a little bit and make its way down to $8 to $7, right? $8 to $6. Again, go ahead and watch yesterday's video. We talk about the longer term targets in far more in depth. But for now, we're just talking about what could happen in the next few 4 hour candles, right? Going into the weekend. Again, we're looking at this symmetrical triangle. Breaks towards the downside, very easy play. All right, most immediate target would be around $12.50. Towards the upside, well, I'd be looking for a proper candle close above $15.45 to be convinced, right? I don't see a really good candle close above that, but really to be ultra sure, I want to be looking for a candle close about $15.80. And the reason for that is because I don't want Chainlink's break towards the upside to be because of Bitcoin's move towards the upside, right? Bitcoin could move up and push the Chainlink USD price up. But if Chainlink BTC doesn't react as much, it means that, well, Chainlink isn't really continuing its trend against Bitcoin. It's just being pushed up because of Bitcoin's bullish action, right? Because we're trading it against USD, and crypto markets are tied like that. So a candle close above $15.80, and I'd be looking for this, well, symmetrical triangle to resolve all the way up to this zone over here. Yep. Like I said in yesterday's video, if we do break this zone, guys, I'd be looking for continuation far above. And if Chainlink continues its bullish trend against Bitcoin, right, and Bitcoin also continues an uptrend, well, in that case, I would be looking at $30 psychological resistance next, guys. I wouldn't be looking at 20 like a lot of people are. I think but we need to crack the zone over here, okay? We need to crack the $17 to $18 zone and start convincingly close candles over here, right? I want to see high time frame candle closes, daily, few 12-hour candles, and I think we're making our way to $30. But for now, let's see how this resolution or this consolidation resolves itself. Now we can go ahead and look at Bitcoin. And here we have Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame as well. And hey, Bitcoin pretty much doing exactly what we talked about yesterday, exactly what we've been talking about for a week now, right? Like, it's been amazing how well Bitcoin has been behaving. So almost making me believe that we're going to have a very, very surprising move, very big FU move soon. Like even this price action over here yesterday, right? I was expecting continuation because of the apparently the Fed announced that they would be comfortable running inflation hot above their 2% target, their usual 2% target, which is kind of funny because I'm not entirely sure that they are even meeting their 2% inflation targets, at least the way they calculate their CPI. But that being said, we saw Bitcoin react to that. We saw gold react to that as well, but then see continuation see it being sold into almost immediately. And then in the Mango C program, I think in the Grove as well, we were looking for this move down here. I was expecting Bitcoin to actually have a FU move and take out these stops underneath the 11,000, but actually defending that, at least on the Bitstamp pairing, Bitstamp chart, double bottoming off here. And what did we talk about in yesterday's video? Well, we were talking about how Bitcoin might be putting in an ascending triangle next, right? And we were looking at it around here, I believe. And is Bitcoin doing that now? Well, you could make an argument that we might be doing that. This could break towards the downside, right? Just because I have a bullish bias, it doesn't mean my theory changes, because I'm always cognizant of that. Remember how I talked about a descending triangle could break towards the upside. Similarly, a ascending triangle could break towards the downside. It's all probability, guys, and that's why you always need to have your risk management in place. And you cannot look at a pattern and say, hey, this is a bullish pattern, it means it has to break towards the upside. That's how you set yourself up for failure. That's how you set yourself up for getting wrecked and losing all your money. So always leave room to be wrong, okay? Leave room to be wrong. But what do I like about this? Is it only because it's a potential bullish formation? No. Let's go ahead and remove everything first and start with analyzing exactly what's going on over here. Well, what we're seeing over here is the 21 EMA, the 10 SMA beginning to coil up. The 10 SMA is beginning to lose its downward aggressive slope, right, which it had during this zone over here, and it's beginning to flatten out. I want to now see it start angling towards the upside, right? So that way we have our short-term, lower time frame bullish trend start being put in place. It doesn't happen immediately, it takes some time, so we may see a rejection over here of the key zone if we do shoot up again, and then come and retest the 21 EMA and the Tenkin. But what would that mean? It would now mean that on the lower time frames, we're looking for Bitcoin to start closing multiple candles above the 21 EMA and the Tenkin, as well as the 200 moving average. So you see this entire juncture over here? Well, that's going to line up with resistance of your ascending triangle. Breaking towards the upside, getting your retest would mean that, hey, maybe we start seeing trend continuation now towards the upside. We have a higher high, a higher low, and now continuation, right? That's just the 4 hour though, right? Is that enough to get a bullish bias? No, we always want to look at the high time frames. We want the high time frames to be intact with our bullish bias, because guys, over here we are still in a downtrend, and this downtrend is what people call a falling wedge, falling channel, whatever, right? But now you ask yourself the question, hey, if it's a downtrend, how does that line up with a falling channel? Isn't a falling channel supposed to be a bullish formation? But a downtrend sounds bearish. Ask yourself that and think about that a little bit. I'll address this in further detail, perhaps in tomorrow's video or Monday's video if I don't do any videos over the weekend. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to cover videos tomorrow, and if there's enough interest, I will. So we have a falling channel going into, well, wait for it, 10 SMA on the 4-day time frame. We've been watching this 4-day time frame for the longest time, right? 4-day time frame is officially the Mango time frame. I don't think anyone else watches it. We've been watching it ever since, right? Ever since like this run over here, all of these, like this big win over here too was the 4-day time frame, guys. And now again, we've gotten multiple trades. The 4-day has kept us safe too, right? We were looking for the 4-day to close that major candle above the 12,000 zone. We're looking at these guys over here. We're like, okay, until the 4-day clears this zone over here, we're not going to get bullish. And what do you know? We got saved on this hunt over here that caught a lot of people off guard because they got their weekly close. The weekly is bullish. And yes, the weekly did close well, and it did defend its major levels after that too. But the 4-day, in my opinion, has kept you long-term safe. Does it always need to be perfect? No. But long-term, the 4-day has been keeping you safe, while the weekly, if you take trades off that, it has actually trapped a lot of people, and I've been victim to those traps, guys, so learn from my pain. Okay. So right over here, 4-day timeframe getting supported just like we expected, guys. We're looking for, let's do a quick recap, looking for the weekly to defend its Ichimoku, but the 4-day to follow through its bearish formation, right? Not, I don't say formation, but it's bearish structure, looking for that downward move. And that's exactly what happened. On the 4-day time frame, we saw that downward move into the support, first level of support being the 10 SMA. If it wanted to be aggressive, it could have broken through this 10 SMA. I wasn't really looking for that, but I had that at the back of my head in case we do see that, because remember, guys, I'm in a leverage position all the way from around 9,500, so I have to be safe. I have to keep myself mentally safe too, and expect the worst. And the worst for me, where I'd be looking to be a buyer, aggressive buyer, would be 10,600. I get to why in a bit, but back in the past, all the way here too, where I was bearish, right? Clearly I was wrong, but bearish. We were looking at the 10 SMA, and while I was taking shots over here, looking for that continuation, this 10 SMA was a plague or thorn in my side. I was like, I think we're going to get supported over here, and we got supported, and it held through, squeezed Bitcoin towards the upside. And over here too, it was only after we lost the 10 SMA that we saw that downward move. But where did we get supported? The 21 EMA and the 10 kid, right? Again, lining up over here. But when we've not lost that 10 SMA yet, guys. When we lose the 10 SMA, similar to what we did over here, then we can look for that move over here. For now, we're getting supported. Maybe we squeeze and then do something like that, or maybe we do the opposite. Maybe we put in an ascending triangle against this 12,000 resistance, break towards the upside, and see 20,000 next. Well, 16,000 first, and then, right? But again, we're just kind of planning for both scenarios. We know if this, then that. Lose the 10 SMA on the 4-day, looking for that 10K and 21 EMA. Now, why was I looking for the 10K and 21 EMA sooner than later, just in case? Because we had the monthly close coming up in 4 days too, right? In 3 days and 14 hours, we'll be closing the next 4-day candle. Is going to line up with a brand new month, guys. And I was looking for that monthly close to perhaps get tested. And that monthly level that we've been eyeing again since the beginning of the past 2 months actually is 10,600, right? So it doesn't need to happen this month. Clearly, it may not actually. Well, then again, 3 days, 14 hours, a lot of time. It could happen the following month, right? So we could close above this month, well above it, and then the next month we may lose. The next month has a lot of days to go, right? It has a lot of 4-day candles to go. So what may happen? We may lose the 4-day 10 SMA over a couple of 4-day candles, come down to test the 4-day 21 EMA and the 10K, which lines up with the monthly support right over here. So the next month may see something like that, and then continuation, right? So all of this also sits very, very well in line with all coins perhaps having one more leg in them, one more exciting run, but they could also have the opposite. And we'll be looking for signs on that. And hey, in this case, I also want to point to you guys out the Dixie sitting on monthly support right over here around 95 to 93. Right, if the dollar starts seeing strength, guys, if the dollar starts seeing it get picked up somewhere around here, right, and it holds the monthly levels, I want to go ahead and draw it this way actually. If the dollar holds these levels over here, I would be looking for weakness, not just on traditional markets but on Bitcoin as well, right? We'd see a pullback, and that may line up with that pull down to 10,600, perhaps a bit lower. So keep an eye on this as well. If you go on over to your lower time frames, the 4-hour time frame, you're going to see the dollar start putting in like almost a bottoming formation, right over here, like a descending triangle ish, turning into a falling channel into monthly support. This may actually not have the juice that the dollar bears may want it to. Right? If it does break towards the downside, great. We have nothing to worry about. SPY is likely to keep going up, NASDAQ especially, and also Bitcoin. So that being said, yeah, we talked about Bitcoin. We talked about Link as well. The next weeks are going to definitely be interesting. Either way, there's going to be trade opportunity to be had. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. My name is Sean Dexter. I'll see you guys in the next one. Throw it a like, throw it a subscribe, show your appreciation. Ciao.